You understand, and you can walk with a torn ACL. It's just no stability. But man, like when I've seen guys tear their ACLs, you still get assisted. Like you can walk, but they'll assist you. If you tear cartilage, that's generally more painful and more difficult because of like just how it swells up or whatever it is that takes place. But you can generally walk without an ACL. In fact, people have like gone without having the ACL repaired, but he was walking normal. Like he was pretty much walking normal after the injury. I knew something wasn't good, and then when he put the thumbs down, it definitely wasn't good. But yeah, I wish him the best, man. That really that stinks for him. And listen, it definitely stinks for the 49ers as well. I mean, they have gotten hit with the injury bug
Dude,
like you wouldn't
every
believe,
year.
right? Yeah.
Every year,
It's not
man.
good.
It just seems like there's some issue with them on the injury front. Same with the Chargers. Like there's just certain teams that feel like they get bit more than others when it comes to injuries. And so he's got, now, George Kittle's going to be out a little while longer. I mean, they're still undefeated, but yeah, this is obviously a big blow for them. And I don't know where this stacks them. I look at San Francisco and I think, all right, they'll be competing for a playoff spot, but that's not a team that can make a deep run in the postseason. Like if in comparison to a Green Bay or a Philly or, one of these other teams in the NFC, I just don't see San Francisco having the horsepower to be able to compete.
Did we hear of any transactions? Like, did they bring anybody in today or yesterday? Yesterday would have been the day, right?
Yeah, but who are you going to bring in to replace him?
I don't think you can replace him, but
a big Italian like that, you're not going to replace that.
Italian.
How you doing?
How you doing? I don't know, man. Is there anybody out? I know they brought Zadarius got picked up by the Eagles, so he's not out there anymore. Who? I don't know. I don't know how you replace that production. So now you I don't know. That's a deep hole, man, they're in. And I guess maybe the idea of it is they still are finding ways to win some way, somehow. I don't know. But and maybe they get Brock Purdy back. I don't know how they're winning, honestly. I mean, I know you guys might be high on them. I know people have been high on them for this season. I can't get myself wrapped around being high on them being a high achievement team this season.
Nick Bosa is only 27. 2 ACLs already in his career. 27.
That used to be a injury of death. It isn't anymore, though. Like you can come back from ACLs. It takes time, but you can come back from them. I wish him a speedy recovery, man. First and foremost.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, there is an interesting little story that's happening in Atlanta. And
tell us.
All right. So I don't really understand this. I don't know what this does, but the Falcons are moving their offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, from the coaching box to the field to call plays.
Ooh.
Raheem Morris spoke yesterday, the head coach of the Falcons, about the decision to do so, and it went like this.
We'll move Zach down to the field to be able to get that little cleaner communication for him, to be able to get it to him if something does happen along those lines, to be able to be more visual and see the quarterback and be able to do some of those different things, to have him have a clear line of communication with Mike to be able to help him out a little bit more. And we definitely hold some responsibility in those things, and we'll go out and do those things. So we'll correct those things this week. We'll correct them throughout the process. It's how we practice. It's how we do walkthroughs, how we do everything else. So we'll get Zach closer.
They also fired their wide receivers coach, Ike Hilliard, on Monday as well, too.
Ike.
So
why they do that?
I don't know.
I mean, we could speculate. I feel like that's a little bit dangerous doing that. But honestly, their offense has been an issue. We know that. Usually what happens is there's blame that goes along or there's criticism, I guess I should say. And sometimes coaches get fired up, guys get upset, get fired up. They go off. And maybe that's what happened here. Now, obviously, not everything's on the wide receivers. And to your point, Jonas, Zach Robinson being up in the box, what it helps you do is see the field.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't have direct eye contact, communication, that sense of the emotions, the feel, the flow of everything down there. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be successful. Like guys are successful up or down. Some just, it feels different, feels better to them to get a sense for it. So, will it make a dramatic difference? I don't know. I don't think so. But this also feels like one of those moves that you're kind of searching. You're searching for answers right now if you're Atlanta. And after firing your wide receivers coach, he's not calling plays, so it's not on him. It feels like, maybe there's something else that took place, and that's why they had to move on from him.
I mean, why don't we just recklessly speculate here on the air? Let's be a little reckless here. What do you think happened?
I cussed somebody out.
Yeah. Who do you think it was? Raheem Morris or
Maybe.
Zach Robinson, the OC?
Maybe the OC. Maybe he made him feel uncomfortable by the way he approached him. Like, get the quarterbacks right before I beat that ass. And he didn't take it the right way, and he was like, you got to go. Like, you can't have our OC. Because it wouldn't be Raheem. Raheem would fire back and be like, let's do it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's Raheem. Raheem.
And Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't going to do that. Yeah, but I don't know. I think he made somebody uncomfortable because that's so random. Like, we're going to fire. We're not doing well. Let's fire the receivers coach. Like, that doesn't, that doesn't translate.
Do you think it was they're going over the film on Monday and they're in the meeting and somebody says, man, these receivers got to get some separation.
It might have got heated, man.
And then they decided.
But Ike Hilliard ain't like Ike is a good dude, man. Like real laid back, good dude.
Bro, I used to play with him all the time on one of the Maddens.
Whoa.
Like that was.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I'm just saying, like back when he was at Tampa.
All right.
Yeah.
The whole crew. I used to be a big, like with the Bucks back then.
Yeah.
Good player.
Great player. They used to dominate that
Killed
game.
it at Florida. Right?
He did, man. That was the heyday.
Yeah. Good luck to you, bro. Yeah, good luck.
We are
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. It's time to level up your audio game and explore LG's lineup of X-Boom portable speakers. We're talking ultra-durable speakers with battery life that powers your hustle. Plus, all the speakers are water-resistant so you can listen and vibe out worry-free. But here's the real flex. For a limited time, LG is offering you 25% off X-Boom Grab or X-Boom Bounce on LG.com. Use the code FALL25 at checkout and tell them Jonas Knox sent you. The future of sound is now with LG X-Boom.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same day or next day delivery, or order online and pick it up in store. Kills primers, pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
A new challenge for drivers in Kyle, I-35 southbound. There's an accident at FM 150. It has the right lane blocked off. First responders are on the scene, but speeds are starting to bog down starting from Kyle Parkway. Plan for about 15 to 20 minutes to be added to your drive. There's also reports of an accident on the service road of I-35 northbound at River Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Central Texas RV Super Sale, October 3rd through 5th. Your adventure starts at the Central Texas RV Super Sale, October 3rd through 5th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Shop the latest RVs from 8 top dealers. That's the most dealers ever, plus free admission and parking. More info at centexrvsupersale.com. That's centexrvsupersale.com.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion and Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text EDGE to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text EDGE to 321321. That's EDGE to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Kohl's Cash is turning 20, and to celebrate, Kohl's is giving you the gifts. All month, you can enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 Kohl's Cash, plus get epic deals on cozy favorites, home must-haves, and more right now. Yep, we were gonna throw a party, but this is better. Cue the confetti and the savings at Kohl's. Offer in September 28th. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit one prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohl's.com for official rules and details.
Okay, forest animals. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Turn the Page Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. Detroit goes to Baltimore and leaves a winner. Sark met with the media to recap Sam Houston State and also preview a little bit of the Florida Gators. We do have a game time for Florida. Joe Cook of Inside Texas joins us at 7:34. The Cowboys season is hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, things get a little bit rougher. I've been waiting on that. Mark Vandermeer, the voice of the Texans, joins us at 8:17 to talk about the debacle, which is the Houston Texans. And the Rockets lose an all-star, and the Ryder Cup is here. I'm your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message, to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's text the word Texas, followed by your message, to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to leave an opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. Well, let's get right into it. Coach Sark came out yesterday and met with the media and talked a little bit about this football game and his football team. And let's just say he was pleased with a lot of the things that were happening on the football field. He was happy with the performance of his offense, as we've talked about. They racked up 607 yards of total offense. And you start to think, okay, yes, I know, folks, it was Sam Houston State. But like I said before,
Was it a college football game?
It was a subpar performance a couple of weeks ago, and everybody thought something was wrong with the team. And then they go out and execute what we've been waiting for. What the result was what we've been looking for the entire time.
Right.
It finally happens, and people still are questioning the football team. And it's just like, you can't win with them. You can't win without them. It's just an annoying situation that I continue to look at and say, why?
It was a college football game. Regardless of the level of college football, these people go out every day and practice.
Yep.
They work hard, they recruit, they pay a lot of money to make sure that these programs are out there to entertain their own fan bases. And if you think for 1 second that Sam Houston went into this game going, well, we're playing Texas, they're going to kill us, but let's just go out here and play, you're wrong. You are absolutely positively wrong. Every team straps up their shoelaces and put their helmets on the same way, and they go out there and the coaches train them with the intensity that they would train the opposite team. So come on, guys, relax.
Yeah. And one of the things that Sark talked about was the importance of having confidence from last week.
Well, I think it's important. There's nothing like confidence. Confidence is I think makes us all better players, makes us all better coaches. The belief in what you do and why you do what we do, so on and so forth. I think it lends itself to having 3 quality practices this week that were not so much dialed into fixing things and guys feel like they're getting fixed as opposed to building on things that they do well. I think that shifts the narrative of where their mindset is at. Man, I'm doing really good at this. I want to get better at that as well as get better at these other things. And sometimes you go into a bye and you feel like you're broken and that you're getting fixed all the time. Your mindset is different and maybe you're not as willing, or maybe you fight it a little bit more. But when you're playing with confidence, you want more of that, right? And you want to work towards that. And so I think having the confidence in this week, as well as heading into SEC play, I think is about as good as a spot you can be in. And there's a lot of things to be confident about of our team. There's a couple other areas that we know we're going to have to get right. And I think that the players understand that as well.
And I think one of the places and one of the things that they're going to have to get right is this penalty situation. They're just continuing to get certain penalties at certain time that you just like, why? You got 9 penalties in the last ball game.
How do you get a penalty on first down? I don't understand that. I mean, you come out of the huddle, everybody claps, goes to the line, and you know the snap count. After I say blue, the first sound I make, we going.
Yep.
Blue. He gone already. He ain't even made a sound. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that's discipline, man.
You got to figure out a way to get it done. And Coach Sark knows that this is about to get real important for them. I mean, all of it's been important, but it's really about to be important as you go into SEC play. I know that there's a lot that they're still trying to break down on the film, but they have their confidence, and that's the swagger that you want to see from a team that came into the season with high expectations. I know it kind of stumbled out of the gate, but what we saw is something that we continue to want to see keep going up in the right direction. Those are the things that you want to look at. And one thing that Coach Sark has been talking about, hey, what's your identity? What type of team do you have now that you start to look at it and we're through the first quarter of the season?
I don't know if it's necessarily deja vu, but I do think, to your point, like at some point your personality starts to bubble to the top, and as a coach, you want to make sure that what you think the personality of one side of the ball or the other resembles what you want your team to look like. And so if early on, and whether it's in the summer and training camp, you're like, we could have a tendency to go one direction or another. You try to reemphasize and reinforce what we want to become and celebrate when that does show itself, and maybe minimize maybe what we don't want. And then you try to get people that are going to be part of that personality to play to that personality. And so like last week, I touched on the importance of DeAndre Moore being back, because he's part of our personality, what he brings every day in practice, the confidence, the energy, his willingness to hold people accountable, his willingness to do the dirty work. One of his best plays, one of Ryan's best plays I celebrated with the team today was them both blocking on a bubble screen for Dalen McCutcheon. That's part of our personality. That's the way we play. There's a level of physicality we want to play. And I think a lot of times people hear me say that I'm talking about the line of scrimmage. It's all 11. It's how we play on the perimeter. And so I need to celebrate those things. I need to celebrate those two guys running clear out post routes for Jordan Washington to catch a touchdown out the back door. It's two high level players that are playing selfless football for other guys to make their plays. And so that's part of the personality as much as it is the excitement and energy that maybe Arch provided too, but it's everybody playing for the next guy. That's part of our personality. And so I have to celebrate those things to reinforce it so that maybe those other guys, when they get in, they understand why it's so important to play that way.
Hardge, what is Texas personality?
Well, I think it's what we just heard from Coach Sark. I think it's those guys doing the dirty work, the grunt work, the not about me, it's about
the
us.
Stuff you don't get accolades for, or
Right.
a statistic
Right.
that gives you a reward, if you will.
Yeah, and what he's been able to do in that particular moment was make these guys feel like they're a huge part of the success. As he said, I celebrated the blocking of DeAndre Moore. Having him back was very important to the energy in which this football team was going to play with, and we got a chance to see it, so it was really good. But that was the personality. This is where my question was about what type of team do you have on the intensity, and this was actually asked by Corey Mose.
I think one thing about this team, they want to be really good, and they practice so hard, and they're very intentional with what they try to do. But what I've learned is they're better when they're loose. They're better when they have a little bit more fun. They're better when they can have a level of intensity, but yet still have fun doing it. Sometimes this group can go a little too far because they want to do it right so well, but then they don't perform at their best. And like Anthony Hill's a great example of that. I don't know if we've seen him play now for 3 years or 2.5 years, and the level of physical intensity he plays with, but the looseness that he actually plays with too. And you guys have been around him enough doing interviews. He's one of the jokesters, but yet you wouldn't think that that's who your middle linebacker is in the way that he plays, but that's part of the personality of this team. And so I've got to try to get them in the right space so that I can get the best out of them. And I think part of that is them loosening up, having a little bit more fun with one another, having a little bit more fun on the field. They're still going to have the right mental intensity because they're a very intense group. It's just getting them into the right sweet spot to be at their best. And I think that's what this group is. They're a little bit more loose. They're a little bit more fun-loving group. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as we play to the standard of which we want to play the game.
Wow. He knows his team.
Yeah.
And everybody's different. Like you and I, we have very similar personalities, but you're a bit of the uncle. I'm more the cousin that like to have fun. But we know each other, so we can bounce off each other. I think that's what this team is about.
They got different levels of their leadership,
right.
and he knows exactly who they are. This is going to be an interesting week because there's no Texas football, but the Texas football game against Florida was announced. I'll tell you about that. And coming up next, we will have the conversation about what we saw last night in the NFL. Some good football being played. And Baltimore, well, they've done it again. right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The voice of the Horns. Craig Way on 1300 The Zone.
The biggest headliners in live music shared this stage.
At our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Hi, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hi there, this is Brian Adams.
Make some noise for Tate McRae.
Hey, I'm Sammy Hagar.
Hey, this is Doodles from The Offspring.
We have Maroon 5. Good evening. Hey, this is John Fogerty.
It's your girl, Glorilla.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Get ready to relive the once-in-a-lifetime moments, starting October 2nd, only on Hulu.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
The right lane remains blocked off by an accident on I-35 southbound at FM 150, causing a 5-minute backup from Kyle Parkway, but other major highways are doing all right this morning. No delays on Mopac northbound from William Cannon over to Loop 360, and under a 5-minute drive on 183 southbound from Mopac to I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Saturday night at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium, the Texas Longhorns delivered a statement win with a 55-0 shutout over Sam Houston State to close out this non-conference play. Quarterback Arch Manning was sharp, going 18 of 21 for 309 yards with 3 passing touchdowns, but it was the 2 rushing TDs in the first half that got everybody excited. Wide receiver Ryan Wingo caught 6 passes for 93 yards and 2 scores, including a 53-yard bomb. DeAndre Moore was back in action and added 5 catches for 79 yards. Texas compiled 607 total yards while holding Sam Houston to just 113 yards and no points. Defensively, the Longhorns also had 5 sacks, so they dominated on both sides of the ball. Now they get ready for SEC play on October the 4th against Florida. This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead and roll right in so you can enjoy the show, the game, or a night out without circling for parking. Save up to 50% off a secured space and skip the stress. Smarter parking starts here. Download the ParkWiz app today.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
iHeart presents. The police coming straight from the underground. Ice Cube, bringing truth to power. You know how we do. Featuring 4 decades of attitude. A musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Moody Center. October 16th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude. Before hip-hop, homies got shot. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Football and Fireball is a match made in heaven. And by heaven, of course, we mean Twin Peaks. Spice things up for your next game day with a shot of our favorite cinnamon and enjoy 29-degree draft beers and a scratch kitchen while you're there. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit FromFireRadio.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 Zone. In the next segment, we'll have Joseph of Inside Texas joining us to get his thoughts on what his takeaway was of the press conference yesterday as front row Joe. But right now, I want to go to the NFL because last night's NFL football game was something special. There was a lot of scoring, a lot of defense, and yeah, they did the same thing to end the ball game.
Since last year, just, under one on average throwaway a game. Number 2 in the league, the Baker Mayfield. And now on third down, Andrews, diving catch, touchdown, Ravens. St. Brown in motion, Goff for St. Brown. He is there, and he's got it. 4th and 1. They pitch to Gibbs. Touchdown! This drive starts at the 21, down by 4. Hand off to Henry, and he gets it punched out. It's recovered by DJ Reed. Knocked out on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. And it's yet another fumble for Derrick Henry.
It's what they're used to. It's the way they're built.
Now Montgomery, he's going to break. David Montgomery is in for the touchdown. 2nd down and 7. Jackson backpedaling. Andrews wide open, one-on-one, and he'll take it in, his 2nd of the night. Both with under 2 minutes to play yesterday. Backpedaling and incomplete for Zay Flowers. Loop. The rookie will try and come up with a perfect kick. Up it goes. Laporta, who's had a nice night. And this is an 8-point win for the Lions to get to 2-1. And this was an impressive night all the way around for Detroit.
You know, the funny thing about that game is when you look at it on paper, you start to think, is Detroit going to be a real team after they lost both of their coordinators? They came out at the beginning of the season, didn't look very solid. Then they come back and they win their next couple games, and they do it in impressive fashion. And the thing that stands out the most to me is the way that Jared Goff has just created this new persona about himself. When he first came to Detroit, people thought that Detroit lost in that trade by losing Matthew Stafford, because Matthew Stafford went on to win a Super Bowl, and Goff took them to the Super Bowl. He just didn't finish it when he was with LA. And then they get the win. But I continue to look at him, and he is one of the most composed quarterbacks that I've seen in a long time, and nothing seems to faze him anymore. It used to be he looked nervous all the time. He's no longer nervous. He's probably one of the most confident quarterbacks in the NFL that we don't talk enough about.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. The only knock on him is that he's not the most physical quarterback. And I really feel like if he wanted to do the
what do you mean most physical?
He won't run it. I mean, he'll scramble a little bit, but there's been many times I've seen him have green grass in front of him, and he's gonna stop his feet and he's gonna set and throw.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing if you're a coordinator.
That's not who he is.
That's not who he is.
He's never been that.
And I feel like that's one of the things in that offense that they have, that if they did have it, it would be a big plus for that offense.
Yeah,
so it's not a knock. I'm saying he's great, but I think that offense would be more tailor-made for somebody that can move a little bit.
Yeah, this is a team that every time I watch them play, you can't help but be impressed with them.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's not afraid to go for it on fourth down. He'll continue to do
No,
it.
he's not.
He will put the pressure on you to stop them because he just has that much confidence in his team. You start to look at how this team goes about its business, and then you can't say enough about Amon-Ra St. Brown. He just continues to make plays.
He's a football player.
That's all day, every day. I mean, he's one of those guys that you just say, wow, did you expect him to be good? Yeah, but did you expect him to be this good? No. And he's their go-to number one wide receiver.
And he
it's
gets
fun
tasked.
to watch him.
He gets tasked with the best guy in their secondary.
Yes.
The best guy has followed him around, and he's still torching him for 10 catches and 100 yards and a touchdown almost every game.
They were 10 of 17 on third and fourth down, 7 of 14 on third down, and 3 of 3 on fourth down. Not afraid to go for it, continues to handle their business. They have 426 yards of total offense. It's just impressive to watch.
2 running backs that had 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Like, it's just, it's a very versatile and effective offense. And you can call them Thunder and Lightning, whatever you want to call them as a nickname. They're both really good. They're both really, really good. And if they didn't have to split reps, how much could one of them be doing on their own?
Yeah. Yep. But it works for them and how they go about it. But on the other side of the ball, the Baltimore Ravens are the first team in NFL history to score over 111 points in their first 3 games and have a losing record. They scored over 111 points and have a losing record.
They've also lost 3 fumbles that led to points in 3 consecutive games.
And 2 of them by Derrick Henry.
Right.
And Derrick Henry, who is by far one of the best backs in the NFL, he's definitely top 3 in the NFL right now. But you look at him, and lately he has had an issue with fumbles.
Yeah, he's on the struggle bus.
Costly. And he was on the struggle bus so bad that he almost fell while he was trying to put his helmet on the bench because he was so mad at himself. And he stumbled as he was coming out of the gate. But I will say this, all the haters of Mark Andrews, bite your tongue because he's back and he looks more efficient. He continues to move. He got 2 touchdowns yesterday. He's a different player than what he was last year.
Was he injured or did he have like a mind fog or what was going on with him?
Do not know what was going on, but he's playing a lot different than what he did last year.
Sometimes guys just have bad seasons. Sometimes guys just have bad games.
Yeah, and
he had both last year.
Yeah, but I got a serious question that we need to come to the grips of. Samuel L. Jackson and Lamar Jackson look like each other. Do we need to do a paternity test on this?
Come on, man.
I mean, go back and look at Samuel as a young man and look at Lamar as a young man as well. You got some splaining to do.
Wow.
Sam was in them streets.
I'm trying not to get in no trouble with that one.
I know you're going to call the show. You better, you know how he gets down. But yeah, go back and look at it. I'm gonna pull up some pictures here in a minute. I'm gonna post them.
Do the side by side. That's the one.
It's out there. That's what brought it to my attention again. You can't tell me no different.
Okay, you gotta show me this.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on there. I'm gonna post it here in just a second because there's just some things that you don't even need to talk about. They just speak for themselves. They just speak for themselves.
Hey, Hardge, you gonna break up a happy home, man.
Hey, man, look.
You gotta be careful.
I think they know who's who, and I'm sure they've already had a conversation about it. Samuel, are you late on child support? We need to try to figure out what's going on. Because
hey man, that's one to claim though, because you get them Super Bowl tickets, go to the Pro Bowl with your son.
Yeah, I just put it on, just tagged it to AM 1300 The Zone and to you, Mark Henry. And when we come back, before we get to Joe Cook, I want to know, is there some truth in what I'm saying and what's been posted? Because DNA tests will let you know everything you need to know about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't unsee this.
Hello. Look at them sideburns.
I mean, the same. The hairline is
They
the
say
same.
everybody got a twin. That's a doppelganger. There he is right there.
Wow.
There he is. I see. I ain't causing no problems. I ain't trying to break up no home, but it looked like
Hard, you might be right.
I might be on to something. When we come back, we'll talk to Joe Cook of Inside Texas and catch up with him and the great folks over there. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
About a 20-minute add to your drive through some congestion on I-35 northbound from Highway 45 over to William Cannon Drive. Brake lights up on Mopac southbound from Breaker Lane over to downtown, adding about 5 minutes to your drive. And you're also slow on 183 southbound going from 620 over to Loop 360. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead and roll right in so you can enjoy the show, the game, or a night out without circling for parking. Save up to 50% off a secured space and skip the stress. Smarter parking starts here. Download the ParkWiz app today.
Hey, have you ever noticed how Bud Light makes everything look better? Your buddy's face paint? Perfect. That off-key fight song sing-along that you're doing, it sounds like a Grammy performance. Or even your uncle's foam finger dance. Okay, maybe not. But hey, burnt orange looks brighter with the Bud Light in your hand. The official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wishing the holidays could come early? If you own or manage your business, they can. With help from iHeartRadio. People are already shopping for their loved ones and hunting for deals wherever they can find them, including right here. They're listening to the radio. They're listening to podcasts. They could be listening to you. And if you're new to iHeart, we'll even give you a special deal this month only. It's our September gift to your business. To learn more about this offer, call 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Cowboys receivers CeeDee Lamb and right guard Tyler Booker both set to miss multiple weeks due to high ankle sprains. Texas corner Derek Stingley day-to-day with an oblique injury. Monday Night Football. Lions ran all over the Ravens, sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times. Astros open a 3-game set against the A's tonight in Sacramento. Astros tied with the Guardians for the final AL wildcard spot. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
To the right, he's got a lane. Herbert right sideline to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He slides down.
And the new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Under pressure, sacked.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Justin Jefferson.
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
It's knocked away. It's intercepted. Picked off.
Just search NFL to dive in.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
You know, it's Tuesday, so that can only mean one thing. We get a chance to talk to our guy of Inside Texas, Joe Cook. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89 on social media. And Joe, you were at the presser yesterday, and Coach Sark seemed like he was really forthright when he was talking about his team, where they are, and the expectations moving forward. What was your takeaway from the media availability yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he didn't talk much about the previous game because it was what it was. Sam Houston State, probably a team maybe the weakest on Texas' schedule. So he was a lot of looking forward to SEC play, and going over, what he thinks his team's good at and areas where he thinks his team's still deficient. It was pretty honest about it, I thought. But my biggest takeaway was still, just talking about a lot of the places where he thinks that there's some strengths. And, you look at the secondary, they got to play a lot of players, and some of the guys that didn't play will be contributors, but they felt like the guys that did show up on Saturday did really well. And the defense in front, I think we know is pretty special. And then even with the receivers, DeAndre Moore coming back, I think we all kind of realized how important he was, but I think Saturday showed exactly how important he was. So it seems like, this team has a little bit of momentum. I mean, a 55-0 win will do that, but they feel a lot better now than, if you had maybe put 55-0 2 days ago and then UTEP last week. You can see that they've gotten a little bit better. Maybe not as much as Stark would like, but a little bit better since they got back from Columbus.
Joe, was there any conversation at the presser about Emmett Mosley and Trey Wisner and their rehab and what they would be doing this week, if not anything?
Yeah, so Sark talked pretty extensively about Wisner. It sounds like they have him on track for coming back for conference play. All he said is leg, and so what that is doesn't seem to be worrying him too much. As far as Mosley goes, I think probably in a similar category. Stark has said, I think last week when we asked him about it, he's close. He's a player who's probably getting closer and closer to being able to go. And it was surprising. I had heard good things about him in the spring, but it sounds like he may have tweaked something over the course of the summer. And then in doing so, just kind of set back his timeline. But I think they feel good about him being ready for conference play. And as they'll know, that Wednesday before the Florida game, because it's a conference game, we're going to start getting the availability reports. So we'll see, maybe some names on there, the probable tag or stuff like that. But, we'll get a little bit more clarity from the league office before too long.
No doubt. Joe, we're going to call you back. There's a little clicking in your phone real quick. So we'll call you right back and get you back on.
All right.
Yep, that works. So as we continue these conversations with Joe when he gets back, one of the things you mentioned was about Emmett Mosley and Trey Wisner. He also mentioned C.J. Baxter. He even called him C4 as he was getting ready to talk about some of those people that were involved. And it looks like he's going to be just fine. So hopefully we'll get both running backs back and be able to go from there. But Joe Cook is back with us. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. He does great work over at Inside Texas. And Joe, one of the things that was also talked about during the presser was it seems like he really understands that as his defense goes, that is going to be the leader as of right now. Did you feel that at any point that this is going to be the calling card of this team right now?
Yeah, and I think the way he talks about just the mentality of that defense is kind of telling. You know, he has said that he believes that the defense is having more fun than the offense, and you know, I mean, I think anybody with eyes can see that. But the fact that he's even kind of admitting that, I think, is a little bit of an admission of that. And you know, I'm not sure if there's a little strength to the ego as the offensive play calling head coach that your defense is having more fun than the offense, but it does speak to the quality of the defense. And I think Sark has been pretty forthright about saying, okay, it's my job to start getting the offense to have as much fun as the defense did. And it kind of looks like that was what happened on, you know, we've seen that with San Jose State with that little complimentary football burst. We saw it last week against Sam Houston. So it looks like they've made progress toward that. But the fact that he even is openly admitting, like, yeah, my defense is having more fun than my offense, I think speaks to just the impact that side of the ball is going to have for this Texas team.
Well, you know, they talk about competition all the time and the competitive fire in nature. I'm sure that Coach Sark, being an offensive guy, that is not at the top of his list right now. He wants that offense to have the same love that defense is getting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're not doing go against you're not putting two teams on one team like you would in fall camp. Like everybody's trying to row the same direction now. But yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit of him that's like, man, like I just need to get this going, and it's my area going. And then we'd be, you know, really looking like the team I thought we would be earlier this year.
We're talking to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89, and you can also check out his work over at Inside Texas. And Joe, now that, you know, we're getting to that point of SEC play, there's a bunch of games this weekend that will tell a little bit about who Texas is going to be facing. You get a chance to fill out some scouting reports. And as you watch some of these games so far, who would you say would be the strongest team in the SEC if you had to pick one right now?
I mean, it's hard not to still say Georgia. You know, they can have whoever at quarterback, and it looks like, you know, what they get going around that player basically at every position on offense and defense is going to keep things going really well. You know, but I don't think they're perfect. I think, you know, that one of these Georgia teams would lose to Georgia teams of years past. And that doesn't mean that this one's bad. It just means those other ones are better. We'll learn a lot about them this weekend, hosting Alabama. I think even though that lost to Florida State half week, Alabama is still a quality team. We'll see what happens when Ty Simpson has to go against another.
Well, I'm opposed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pose a different question to you. Who do you think is the biggest threat, A&M, Vanderbilt, or Oklahoma?
I mean, I think it has to be Oklahoma at this point, just the way that they've taken care of things on defense and done enough on offense. That offense is by no means perfect. The ball's in John Mateer's hands a lot, and it's not really in the running back's hands a lot, and the offensive line's getting banged up. But that defense, it can give Texas offense a lot of problems, I'm feeling like. So I'm going to say Oklahoma, and then probably A&M, but I don't think that means Vanderbilt's anything to gloss over. They've proven that they're a good team this year, not just a good Vanderbilt team, but a good football team.
No doubt about it. There he is, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. And Joe, enjoy the bye week, and we'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
There he is, Joe Cook. Yeah, it's interesting when you start to look at how this team is starting to shape up and we get ready for SEC play, which a lot of these teams already played a bunch of SEC games, and now it's Texas's turn after the bye to be able to get after it. When we come back, we've got some opponents for the Texas Longhorns. That's right, folks. There's some permanent opponents that will be given out, and we've got the game time for Texas and UF right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
About a 20-minute add to your drive through some congestion on I-35 northbound from Highway 45 over to William Cannon Drive. Brake lights up on Mopac southbound from Breaker Lane over to downtown, adding about 5 minutes to your drive. And you're also slow on 183 southbound going from 620 over to Loop 360. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
And Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included. So you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
iHeart presents
The police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube, bringing truth to power.
You know how we do.
Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Moody Center, October 16th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Before hip-hop, homies got shot.
Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting saber-tooth zip ride or pan for gemstones. Take the wild cave tour or the hidden passages tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Did you know that on average, we make 35,000 choices a day? Some good, some not so good. I'm Jenny Garth, and I have a brand new podcast called I Choose Me. Those 3 words, I choose me, were said by my character, Kelly Taylor, on Beverly Hills 90210, way back in 1995. What started as a line in a script has become a guiding force for me. I've learned that loving yourself is not selfish, because when you choose yourself, you unlock a life that aligns with your values and passions. On this pod, I am going to share my life with you on a whole new level. Let's start choosing ourselves. Listen to I Choose Me on the iHeartRadio app.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Joe Cook of Inside Texas for joining us, as he always does on Tuesday. But as we're headed into the bye week, everybody gets a chance to just relax, hang out, chill out. So, relax a little bit.
Can I share with them that? Can I share with all the parents out there that driving with their kids for the first time, or are just trying to help their kids get a license? Like, my prayers go out to y'all, because I'm going through it, Hardge, and I know that you've expressed your disinterest.
Yeah, I'm not forcing it. So there's no desire to do it. I'm not fixing to be one of those that was like, no, you have to do it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Ride with your
Somebody
friends.
else will teach you.
Well, no, ride with your friends. I mean, till you're ready. I'm not fixing to force you. It's like anything else.
Man.
It's like I ain't got the kind of time or patience.
You making my eyes sweat.
So, yeah, it's a little bit different phase, and the kids are a little bit different these days, because when we were younger, we wanted to get it as soon as we could. Now they're like, no, I got an Uber driver, so it's all good. So y'all go ahead and keep taking me where I need to be. So be it. And we're like, okay, let's do it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, wanted to get into this because the game time was announced yesterday while we were at the presser. Texas and Florida will kick off at 2:30 on October the 4th after the bye week. That'll be Texas's first SEC matchup. It will be either on ABC or ESPN. Then when we get closer to that date and time, they will let us know where they're going to put it. But that weekend is Kentucky at Georgia. They will kick off at 11. Vanderbilt at Alabama. They will kick off at 2:30. Texas, Florida, 2:30. Kent State taking on Oklahoma. That game will be at 3 p.m. And then the nightcap will be Texas A&M hosting Mississippi State, and that will be at 6:30. ABC and the SEC Network, where you can find all of these ball games. So, and actually, it was looking at it. Yeah, it just still says or on those dates. But also yesterday, the news came out that the SEC opponents, permanent opponents. Now, when we say permanent, we don't know if it's going to be permanent. But they said that the SEC opponents for the Texas Longhorns moving forward, they will have 3 permanent opponents, and those are Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Arkansas, taking you back to the old Southwest Conference days when things were really, really exciting, and old school people truly understand that. Texas A&M's permanent game obviously will be UT. They now have LSU and Missouri on their schedule moving forward. I thought it was interesting that either the LSU or Missouri team wasn't filled in by Oklahoma.
I was hoping that LSU would be on that list because of the old Southwest Conference. I mean, you throw Baylor and LSU in there, and there you go.
LSU?
LSU was in the Southwest Conference.
When?
Back in the day, like in the 80s, right?
No. LSU has always been in the SEC. I don't ever remember them being
Okay.
in the
I remember A&M
A&M, yeah,
playing
for sure.
LSU all the time when my brother played.
Yeah. But at that time, you start to look at all these teams and you're like, okay, this is how this is going to be broken down, which is interesting when you start to look at the permanent opponents. There's a lot of them that you look at and you're like, oh, is this going to be the way that this is going to play out? You start looking at rivals. That's the thing that always stands out to me, like South Carolina or Tennessee, for example. Tennessee's rivals now will be Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. South Carolina will be Georgia, Kentucky, and Florida. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, obviously, LSU, and now Oklahoma is their rival. Missouri, Arkansas, and I say rival, I use that term loosely. Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. That's who Missouri will have. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Alabama, Vanderbilt. LSU, Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Florida. Georgia has Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. Florida has Georgia, South Carolina, and Kentucky. Auburn, Georgia, Alabama, and Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Missouri, Texas, and LSU. That one I like.
Ooh,
right
that's
there.
a hard one right there.
Alabama has Auburn, Tennessee, and Mississippi. So these are the teams that will be playing each other home and away in the new 9-league schedule. Each school will have 3 annual opponents. I just went through them, but then they will be reevaluated every 4 years and 6 rotational opponents, meaning each school will play every other SEC school at least once every 2 years and every opponent at home and away in a 4-year span.
Wow, I think that Vanderbilt got a raw deal, man. They got Georgia and Texas.
No, Vanderbilt has Tennessee, Mississippi State, and Auburn.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they'll play them, but they're not the rivals. So those are the ways that they have decided that they were going to do that, and that will start next season. Next season is the way that they're going to balance out the 9-game schedule within the SEC.
Man, I tell you, like, that's a lot of thought that has to go into that. They have to.
They have to do that. They put it in a computer and that thing spit it out.
The computer just that damn good.
Yeah, I mean, think about it though. Texas and Texas A&M and Arkansas and Oklahoma, that was a layup for them. That's a perfect scenario for Texas to keep that rivalry, which was now renewed between Texas A&M, Oklahoma. That's always going to be the game, and it's always going to be in Dallas. And then the Arkansas, that's only right.
Right.
They hate each other so much.
Like,
So
I don't know. I don't know who I hate the most.
Yeah. That's TV right there. And that's the other part of the evaluation for them too. You start looking, okay, which ones really are must-see TV? Which ones are really dialed in to these matchups, not only just nationally, but of course in your region, and then they'll reevaluate it to see where everybody is.
Yeah, every Cotton Bowl, we always come up with what teams had the best rivalries.
Yeah.
And Texas and OU is always at the top of the list.
Gotta be. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. The Dallas Cowboys got bigger issues, and it does not seem to get any better. That's right, folks. The season is over. Well, some people already thought it was. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Hey, it's JB and Sandy. You know, we like to tell you guys about people and places that we do business with because we know they're going to treat you well. And we can certainly say that about our friends Scott and Stacy Feller at Koala Cooling. If you don't have a good relationship with an AC company, make this relationship. Get in touch with our friends at Koala Cooling at koalacooling.com or call them at 512-759-8800.
I know a lot of you are new to Texas, so take it from some longtime Texans and some native Texans on this show. You need a maintenance plan, a regular scheduled service, and you can do that with Koala Cooling for just $27 a month, and you'll just stay on top of it before you have a disaster, before you're caught without AC with triple digits.
It's great because they'll call and say, hey, it's time for your checkup. We'll send someone out there. Are you available tomorrow? And that way you know that your system is working well. Reach out to our friends at Koala Cooling. They are qualified.
Need cash for a home project, big life event, or to pay off high interest debt? Tap into your home's equity with the home equity loan from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Use it for home improvements, debt consolidation, a wedding, tuition, or vacation with flexible terms up to 30 years. Fixed rates, no closing cost under $250,000, and no repayment penalties. This is money that works for you. Apply online today at atfcu.org. Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, helping you do more with your home. ATFCU is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 422857. Federally insured by NCUA.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Fall is the perfect time to transform your home or business with fresh new color. The team at CertaPro Painters of Greater Austin handles every detail worry-free from start to finish. CertaPro Painters is the painting service you can rely on here in Austin, whether painting inside or out. Go with the pros at CertaPro Painters of Austin. That's Certa with a C. Right now through October, get $250 off any project over $2,500. Call and schedule your free estimate today.
Texas weather can be brutal, so why settle for anything less than tough, reliable protection? Mueller delivers premium steel buildings and residential metal roofing built to handle year-round weather with lasting durability. Whether it's a barn, garage, or your forever home, trust Mueller to design your metal building project with style that stands out. Call Mueller Inc. today or visit MuellerInc.com. Design strong, designed for Texas.
Only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket.
And lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets.
iHeartRadio is your all-access pass to the audio that moves you.
Get what millions already have. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBDT AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we heard from Coach Sark on his team and where they are headed into the bye week. We also got a glimpse into Detroit taking care of business in Baltimore. And are the Ravens one of the most underappreciated team because they got to find ways to get wins? We heard from Joe Cook of Inside Texas, and we talked about Texas versus Florida, 2:30 kick. You can hear all of the action right here on your home for Texas football, Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio
Always
app.
Free.
But right now, I want to get into the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man.
The news came out yesterday that issues were being had as 2 of the Dallas Cowboys' best players, well, CeeDee Lamb and the rookie, Mr. Booker, has now dealing with ankle sprains and this is a high ankle sprain. So these guys have a lot of work to get into at this particular time. It changes the dynamic of the Dallas Cowboys, and now it puts a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott again. You got to see what's going to happen on that offensive line, and it looks like Tyler Booker is going to be headed to the ER with his ankle injury. I mean, to the IR with his ankle injury. So you start looking at this team and you're like, wow, what's going to happen? And oh yeah, on the offensive line, you got Micah Parsons coming in this weekend, and you got Jadeveon Clowney set to make his debut against the Packers. So this is not a good situation. And by the way, the defense is terrible, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next. Is it time to start giving other guys opportunities in that defense? Is it the personnel? Is it the play calling? What is it?
I think, Hard, you just got to try to see what you have in the cupboard, because we know the struggles that Diggs has been having for the last 2 years. There are guys that they brought in. There are guys that are injured right now that are not playing, but Bland is supposed to come back this week. Next week, Agent Zero comes back. So you have 2 really good players that'll be coming back in the next 2 weeks, but and we get to see what Clowney looks like. So they have improvement. They can improve. I'm not saying they will, but those 3 players on the field at the same time has got to do something.
Well, here's the thing. You're right. It's going to do something.
But with the subtraction of Diggs.
None of those 3 are going to be in shape to play.
That's true.
They're not going to be able to come in and think that, well, we got a lockdown, or we got a guy that's going to go sideline to sideline. Yeah, he's energetic. I'm talking about Marvin Overshown. He's energetic. He's going to be ready to go, but
25 plays.
Yeah, you're not going to be in the tip-top shape for you to go out there and play a whole football game. So you might provide a spark, but you're going to be on a pitch count. But the question was to Schottenheimer, are you afraid to make changes in your personnel? And truth be told, he's not.
I really do think you have us bugged, because that's the second week in a row. No, that's one of the things that we talked about today. And that's something that we're going to do for sure. Because if there is at times a lapse in communication, then how do you foster that? Well, you foster it by having the guys all in a room together. And that's nothing revolutionary. It doesn't automatically solve the problem. It still has to carry over to the field. But again, the standard is not the standard, and therefore we will make changes. And some will be schemes. Some might even be personnel. We'll see. But we expect to play better against a really good opponent coming in here Sunday night.
Wow, you sound like a football coach.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be changed, and I'm not afraid to make that change. So I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it, because you know, I was talking, might have been to you actually. No, it was on Sunday, and I'm like, there's too much money. There's too much money involved with this team. There's too much money paying to a guy like Diggs, who he's constantly getting burnt.
Are we on the same page now?
But are you? It's hard to bench a guy that you're paying that much money to. It just doesn't sit right with somebody that just paid him that money, especially because he's an able body. It's not like he's sitting over there because he hurt. You're benching him because you've lost faith in him. So that's a lot of money to be sitting on the bench, and you're not getting anything from it. But right now, you're not getting anything from it anyway, because his closing speed isn't what it used to be. He used to be able to bait people.
Right.
And then try to catch up on the ball. Well, he's still not there. Going back to what I said about DaRon Bland, Overshown, and Clowney. There's going to be pitch counts for these guys because they're not at their playing shape. And so that's the part that kind of worries me. But nobody's worried like Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones said he ain't worried because he firmly believes this is a playoff team.
Playoff caliber team?
The Cowboys?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, yes. again, saying it doesn't make it so at all. But that's what I'm giving you, how to do it.
I'm drunk now.
Okay. All right. I get it.
Jerry's like, yeah, well, we're
Hold on. Let me swill this
that
bottle down real quick.
Oh my God, I can't believe this, man.
Jerry is delusional, man. Like at this point,
Cowboys got beat 31-14, and he talk about they believe they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
By the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears beat the Cowboys handily. Made
in every phase.
Made Caleb Williams look like the #1 overall draft pick. Made them look like somebody that was about that life. He looked fast. His arm speed looked explosive. You made him look like a superstar. What a joke. What a joke the Cowboys are.
The joke is the personnel that they've wasted so much money on. And you know, like Diggs is the guy that's the linchpin of the whole deal. Like, to make the money that he's making, top 3 money in the NFL at corner, and is not able to produce, couldn't stay on the field the last 2 years. And I'm not making an excuse for him. He's coming off an injury. He's coming off a surgery.
Yes.
And maybe he'll never be what he used to be. And it took for this first 3 games to show them, hey, he didn't do the rehab at the facility because he didn't want them to see what everybody already knew, is that he lost it. It's time.
Yeah.
Eat the money. Go ahead and play him the rest of the season. Chalk it up to the game. But you broke it down earlier. He's going to get paid $12 million. Guaranteed. So you got to.
If they cut him before June 1st, he gets paid $12 million. If they cut him after June 1st, he gets $15 million.
So you save that money, and all of it goes off the cap.
But do you cut him now? You can't cut him now.
You can't cut him now. You got to just play him.
Yeah.
You made your bed, lay in it. So go ahead and get the season over with. And I'm not trying to rush the season.
It sounds like it. Sounds like the season.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying that you have to play him, and hope that maybe in this week 7 something happens and it clicks and maybe it all comes back to him.
Do you though? Do you really have to play him? You might be better off just finding out what you got on the bench.
Well, they're gonna go at him.
Do that.
They can't wait. The first play of the game, every team is gonna be like, all right, let's see if his legs will work.
Well, here's the other part of it too. On 3rd and 2, you can't be playing 15 yards off of a guy. Like, you got to be able to step up and make some plays. And if you can't do that, so there's so much that is going on, to the point that this Cowboy team, it's a bigger issue than just the defense. If you start to look at their personnel in the draft that they've had over the years, defensively, they've hit home runs on the offensive line. They've done a really good job on the offensive line.
Yeah.
But when you start to look, and this was on 105.3 The Fan up in Dallas, the flagship for the Dallas Cowboys there, but you can also hear the Dallas Cowboys here on 98.1 FM. But listen, this is what they said. They have had 25 defensive picks since 2021. 15 of those players are no longer with the Cowboys. That is an indictment on the research and the drafting process of a team that is trying to fix it. So you're telling me, because you brought this up when the trade happened, look, you got 4 picks. This is just telling you they don't get the picks right unless it's on the offensive line. The offensive line has been outstanding in their drafting. 25 defensive picks since 2021. 2021. 15 of those picks are no longer with the football team. Where they do that at?
That's a new segment right there.
Come on, man. Where do they do that
Where
at?
do they do that?
Well, we're starting to see that the slip is showing.
Oh, I like
and
that.
it is definitely
Bring it
starting
back.
at the front office, and now the Cowboys and their fans are dealing with it.
You mean the problems with the front office?
Yeah, that's not happening anymore. I'm done. I'm done until Sunday. Watch the game. Michael Parsons coming back. When we come back, we're going to go to H-Town. They've got their own issues as we listen and talk to our guy, Mark Vandermeer, the voice of the Houston Texans, which you can hear every Sunday on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
A minor crash is already cleared out of there on 183 northbound at Cameron Road, although you are still a little slow starting from Highway 290. Looking at the drive on I-35 northbound this morning, about a 20-minute out-of-your drive through congestion from Highway 45 to William Cannon. Also stop and go on Mopac southbound from Shoreline to Far West. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hardge here. Friday nights in Texas mean football, family, and tradition. At Culver Ford Hutto, we've got trucks that are built for it. Right now, take $8,250 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and $46,000 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-250s, excluding XL, XLT, and STX trim levels. See dealer for details. Friday Night Lights, family, Ford. That's Culver Ford and Hutto, right off of 79 in Hutto or online at culverfordhutto.com.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
It's time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead and roll right in so you can enjoy the show, the game, or a night out without circling for parking. Save up to 50% off a secured space and skip the stress. Smarter parking starts here. Download the ParkWiz app today.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train, and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
And Doug.
Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
iHeart presents
The police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube, bringing truth to power.
You know how we do.
Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Moody Center, October 16th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Before hip-hop, homies got shot.
Get tickets now at livenation.com. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
We talked about what was going down in the Metroplex. Now we got to go down to H-Town and talk to our guy, Mark Vandermeer, the voice of the Houston Texans, which you can hear every game right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And Mark, when you were on your way to Jacksonville, it seemed like we were very optimistic going into it, and we were talking about the offensive line, the play calling, and protecting C.J. Stroud. Well, that didn't go as planned, and it was a tough loss, 17-10 for the Texans, as they now go back to the drawing board and are sitting at 0-3.
Yeah, this is terrible. I mean, 0-3 is awful. The Texans are the only team in the last 25 years to make the playoffs after 0-3, and they did it in 2018. And they, unfortunately, have been in some tough spots where they've made the playoffs. They were 2-5 in 2015 and a really dead team, blown out twice, and they were able to win the division that year somehow. But look, you are where you are right now, and this is what matters. Got to beat the Titans on Sunday. As far as the Jags game went, yeah, I was optimistic because they should have beaten the Jaguars. The game was there for the taking. They had the ball in the Jags' end of the field in the fourth quarter 4 times, had 1 touchdown with the 50-yard TD pass to Nico Collins, and 3 turnovers. Count them, 3. That is unacceptable. They know it. They've got to do better than that. If they just hang on to the ball, they probably could kick a couple of field goals and get the win because the Jags don't get the ball. Maybe they don't get that last touchdown. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense when your offense is not producing, and they are definitely not. They have some moments. They have some things they can work with. DeMeco Ryans has taken a lot of heat for saying, we're close. Now, he doesn't mean they're close to being a great team. They were just close to winning each of these 3 games, and they got to find a way to pull one out at the end.
Mark, DeMeco Ryans is at fault because he's the one that hired these coordinators. And a lot of people are going to be mad at me, especially my Houston contemporaries. But who does it fall on? When you hire an offense coordinator that has 0 experience in the NFL, and you're the defensive coach, and you're making calls that are keeping you in the game, but they're not helping you to be a dominant defense. So don't you think some of the pressure goes on DeMeco?
Absolutely. I mean, DeMeco would be the first one to tell you that. I mean, the buck stops with him. He makes these hires. He builds out a staff, and I'm not ready to give up on Nick Caley. I think this is a bad start. There's no question, because you got to get C.J. Stroud and this passing game going again. They're not running the ball great either, but it's not terrible. There's some elements that you like. There's some pushes by Chubb that you like, where he's really getting a good surge. Woody Marks really getting some good yardage on occasion, but it's not enough. It's not like they're smash mouthing. And you look at the Colts, you look at some other teams that are able to run the ball, it's a completely different picture. You know, you're a far cry from getting a back to go over 100 yards. It just feels anemic right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with this new offensive line. A lot of it has to do with, yes, new coordinator getting his first time doing this in the NFL. I asked DeMeco yesterday, you think the up-tempo offense would help? And he thought, yeah. You know, there's no question it worked at times, and he wants to see a little bit more of that. You got to do it selectively. You got to pick your right spots. and they're all learning on the job together. It is what it is. You hired Nick, and hopefully this works. Hopefully that this is just a warming up period and you're going to get a much better result. But you are where you are at 0-3. And yeah, the offense is the side of the ball you put this on much more than the defense. I think the defense is fine. This defense is deep playoff run defense. If your offense is just average or slightly above average, you're in good shape right now. You're at least 2-1. Maybe you're 3-0.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about all of this. We're talking to the voice of the Houston Texans, Mark Vandermeer. And Mark, I looked at this game and I watched the entire game. And the one thing that continues to rear its ugly head, it just seems like they're taking forever to get the play call in. Do you think that's part of the problem of not necessarily knowing everything that this new offensive coordinator is trying to call?
I think that was an issue in the Rams game. It got better against Tampa Bay, and then it took a step back or two. I mean, not 2 steps back, but on occasion that was an issue. Not all the time, but it was an issue against Jacksonville. Maybe it has something to do with being on the road where the communication is just tougher. But they all got to learn to work together better, faster, get the play, get up to the line so you can see what you got to work with, as far as what the defense is presenting you, so you can call out the coverages. Call out the blocking scheme better, because you've got to protect. You've got to find a way to keep C.J. Stroud upright. He's not having a great deal of accuracy compared to what he was 2 years ago, and I can't really tell you why. Maybe they took everybody by surprise. Who knows? The receiver crew, you had Tank Dell stretch the field. This is the first game they played with Christian Kirk. And look, it wasn't like a bonanza of catches. I think he's really going to help, but you got to work him into the mix now in a regular season context. So there's a lot to be done. You're hoping the Titans are the team that makes it all better, but they're desperate too. So who knows what happens?
Mark, it was blatantly obvious that they're getting the plays in slow. C.J. Stroud has his hands over his ears, and he's waving like, come on, come on, come on. And, like, you need that extra 4 or 5 seconds so you can get to the line and you can see the coverage and you can make a call audible. He don't have a chance to make an audible.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
like,
hard
how do you fix
it? Doing what? It's hard if you're getting what you described, where he's asking for the play and they don't have it yet, or it's taken that long to describe. Now, part of this system is still that West Coast system. It's kind of a hybrid. Some of those play calls are ridiculously long. And the quarterbacks, when they get to know them better, I know it's a different situation for them. I talked to Matt Schaub about this once. I said, give me a play call. And it was this soliloquy that he gave me. I couldn't believe how long it took to call a play. He said, yeah, but when the coach is calling it, I know what he's going to call. He gets like 3 words into it. All right, I'm good. We got it. But that's after years of working together, and they haven't done that yet. So I don't know what the answer is. Other teams are able to do it better. They were able to do it better at times last year and certainly 2 years ago, and they got to find a way to do it better this year.
Well, let's turn our focus now to the Tennessee Titans. As you said, they're both a desperate team. Both come in 0-3, and this is a divisional matchup. The Texans are a 6.5-point favorite coming into this ball game. What do they need to do to get this win? Because that'll change a little bit of everything once you get one of them.
My buddy Andre Ware said it best. Pretend they're the Philadelphia Eagles. Prepare that way. Prepare that hard that way. I'm not calling the Titans a look-ahead game. They can't be. Not for a team that's 0-3. But you look at what the Titans do. They give up 145 on the ground a game. I mean, that is nasty bad. So you should be able to run the ball. But we all know should is a word that shouldn't exist in football. And they've got Jeffrey Simmons, who's a demon in the middle of that defense. I mean, this guy's frightening. So he's been a terror for the Texans over time. But you should be able to get this one. And I said it again, stop me. They need to find a way to get a win any which way they can. I think they are close to winning these games, like D'Amico said. They're not close to being a great offense, but they are close to being able to put some things together, and they've got to do it really fast.
What's the latest on Derek Stingley? I know we're a few days out. He's got some time, but he's still sitting at questionable with that oblique injury.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's going to be. I don't really know anything new. I mean, that he didn't come back into the game after he went out for the second time. I thought Tremont Smith did okay. I thought he really did. Pressed into action on that day. The long pass to Brian Thomas Jr. wasn't on him. And I talked to Tremont. I think our interview is up with him on YouTube right now. He is a good guy to have on your team, obviously as a return man, but also as somebody who can fill in at corner. And if they have to, they will, because you definitely need Sting against the Ravens a week from Sunday. So get this one, and then next week we'll talk about the Ravens. And if you can shock the world, your season is back on track. But you got a long way to go before that is a factor. So let's see what they can put together.
Man, we're begging and we're hopeful, right? We're trying to figure out a way to get this done. I know that the folks in H-Town are getting a little bit impatient when it comes to this football team.
Little.
We've seen it all. That is for sure. As always, we enjoy the conversation. I know I was excited about it because I knew you were going to bring the energy, because I knew you were going to be fired up, and that's exactly what we got. There he is, the voice of the Houston Texans, which you can hear every home game, or every game, on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, it's like he said, a little in H-Town. This is rough. It's rough in them streets over there. We got Marcus over here trying to sit down with Jerry Jones and see if they can share.
Man, my uncle and aunt have season tickets. They are hurt right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. When we come back, we're going to have the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
A minor crash is already cleared out of there on 183 northbound at Cameron Road, although you are still a little slow starting from Highway 290. Looking at the drive on I-35 northbound this morning, about a 20-minute out of your drive through congestion from Highway 45 to William Cannon. Also stop and go on Mopac southbound from Shoreline to Far West. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Football season is in full swing, and there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your number one source for all things football. BetOnline has all the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and even in-game betting, so you'll never miss a moment. From every pro to college football matchup to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline keeps you locked into the action all year long. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you, people who understand the value of experienced, highly skilled professionals. That's why you'll have access to a team of specialists to help you invest for the life you want. Why? You've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a team built around you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
Guilty. Erroneous. Sustained.
Are you just saying random words?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
5 years after the peak of COVID, the U.S. healthcare system is still facing a serious workforce shortage.
A new Harris Poll survey commissioned by Strategic Education reveals that burnout and a lack of advancement are key reasons why. With more, here's Dr. Lisa Krieger, Executive Dean, School of Nursing and Health Sciences at Capella University.
The survey indicates many healthcare workers feel taken for granted and often aren't given clear opportunities for career growth, which adds to the strain of an already demanding job.
It also found that over half of healthcare workers admit they'll look for a new role in the next year. Access to education and training could make a real difference in retaining skilled professionals.
63% of employees report that they would be more likely to stay with their employer if tuition support were provided. When employers provide pathways for advancement, it sends a powerful message that their people matter.
For more information on the survey, visit healthcareworkforcesurvey.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy skies for your Tuesday, a high near 100. A few passing clouds tonight, a low of 78. Scattered thunderstorms for Wednesday, a high of 85. Partly cloudy Thursday, a high near 90.
This report is sponsored by the Central Texas RV Super Sale, October 3rd through 5th. Your adventure starts at the Central Texas RV Super Sale, October 3rd through 5th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Shop the latest RVs from 8 top dealers. That's the most dealers ever, plus free admission and parking. More info at centexrvsupersale.com. That's centexrvsupersale.com.
Hey everybody, Daniel Jeremiah here. And I'm Bucky Brooks. On Move the Sticks, we take you inside the game, from breaking down college prospects and NFL rookies
to evaluating team building philosophies, coaching trends, and how front offices construct winning rosters.
We study the tape, talk to decision makers, and give you a perspective you won't find anywhere else. Listen to the Move the Sticks podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow the Move the Sticks podcast and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
You heard the beat drop. It can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man is Mark Henry. His world's strongest take. Take it away, Big Fella.
Hard.
What's happening?
You know what time it is. It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus, back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They're all on me. Guys, I'm hot. I'm aggravated. I'm not even. There's no other way around it. I'm almost at the highest level of festivity that you can get. Stephen A. Smith he's done it. I'm full. The buffet of verbal garbage is at an all-time high. Stephen A. Smith has always taken himself out of the sports world, which is his job. He is a sports analyst at the end of the day. I'm tired of the politics. I don't talk about politics. I don't dwell in it. Stay out of it. He's made every issue with athletes a personal attack. He did it with Kendrick Perkins. He did it with LeBron James. He did it with Molly McQuirm. And now he's making the personal attack on Travis Kelce. And just because you say, oh, my God, Hardge, that's a nice hat you got on. Oh, that's got to be a $5,000 suit. You look sharp as the Board of Health. That don't make it okay for you to instantly throw in a stab. That's his MO. He gives you the compliment and then stab you right in the back. Travis Kelce is not the player that he used to be. But who is? When you're out of your prime and you lose two of your focal point wide receivers and all the pressure goes to you, and you say, you know what, coach, give it to me. I'm going to do the best I can do, which is what he's doing because he's playing with their fourth and fifth wide receivers because the top three guys are out. But then you go out and you make it your business to point out, well, he's just not the man that he used to be. I mean, he's a great player and all back in the day, but now, I'm tired. The personal attacks have got to stop. Got to stick to the sports. See, what it is Stephen A. thinks that he's untouchable, and he's not. And I'm saying that somebody's going to put hands on him. LeBron walked up to him this past season, basketball season, and said, "Say my name again. Mention my son in a negative light, and I'm going to put these hands on you." When you get a top premier world famous athlete to crack, it's time to chill out. And it's and all of the he did the same thing with Shannon Sharp. You're not people's father. You're not people's big brother. Stay out of their personal lives and stick to the sport and the work that you do with them. Now, if they give you the permission to say, "Hey man, you can comment on my wife and my kids. Like, I trust you that much. You're like a brother to me." That's something altogether different. These people don't know you. Keep it in the sports world. What say you?
Well, all the way around, you start to kind of look and see this is what Stephen A. Smith has become. I mean, that's how he's being the guy that he is right now. And people paying for it and doing that and being able to do the things that they have decided is going to pay him. He's become the highest paid person in television.
I know, but
they've also created a spot for him to be a political viewpoint of the world now. And if that's how he's going to make his money, look, it's easy to turn it off. It's easy. You ain't got to listen to it. Don't pay attention to it. Don't waste your time on frivolous conversations with him. I don't listen to him. I don't watch him. I don't spend my time looking at what he's doing. Yeah, there's some things that we'll grab a clip or something that I'll see, but I don't consume it. And that's my choice, right? And so
right, okay.
That's how certain people can
so
go
you
about
telling
it.
me if I don't like Brussels sprouts, don't eat Brussels sprouts?
Basically. Nobody said that.
Basically.
I mean,
he lights my fire, man. Because he's a bully.
I don't entertain.
And that's the thing that I can't handle, Hardge. I've been a lot of things in my life. I've been arrogant. I've been self-absorbed.
Yeah.
A narcissist at times. But I needed that to be the athlete that I had to become.
But maybe that's what he needs to be, the analyst that he is.
Oh my God, no. No.
Maybe.
No, he does good work. He's one of the best reporters in finding information. When it comes to finding information and having relationships to get people to sit down in front of him and talk, there's not many people better.
There's financial gain for all of us to
well,
sit
that's
down
true
and talk
too.
to him.
But that guy right there has got to stop with the personal attacks. That's all I'm asking. Is it asking too much to say, "Hey man, leave my wife and my kids out of this"? Is it too much to not talk about? Well, you're making those pennies over there on the other. He was getting in other people's money because you make $20 million a year. You 40. Now you can laugh at my little $2 million.
That's kind of where he's at right now.
I hate that. I don't like it. I never like it. I don't like bullies.
But that is where those other people that you mentioned have to say something and stand up.
Somebody need to stand up to him.
That's their fault.
Let's not forget where this started with him.
You don't want to make an enemy out of me. And I'm looking right into the camera, and I'm going to say it again. You do not want to make an enemy out of me. I'm not having it. I've done nothing wrong.
Who is he, Don Corleone?
he's trying to let you know that.
Does he really think he's a tough guy?
He's made it perfectly clear that he's gotten people money at the 4-letter network. He's got people jobs at the 4-letter network. And he's also pretty much, don't make an enemy of me.
Oh my God.
And
I'm
talking
so
to you
scared.
right in the camera. Is that camera one on me? Don't do it. Because you don't want it.
You're killing me.
Yeah. Hey, man, easiest way to deal with a bully, tune them out. Stay away from them. Don't even watch them. Ain't worth my time.
Or sneak up on him when nobody's around and there's nobody to pull you off me.
We non-violent over here. Non-violent. Great take by the world's strongest man. Coming up next, we're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. H-Town, you got a problem. And Beth Page, USA is coming for you. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show, weekdays at 2.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a stolen vehicle in the second lane from the left on Mopac going southbound at Highway 183. It's causing about a 10-minute out of your drive and some stop-and-go speed starting from Parmer. Looking at the drive over on I-35 northbound, plan for about 15 to 20 minutes to be added to your Tuesday morning drive from Highway 45 up to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by ParkWiz.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead and roll right in so you can enjoy the show, the game, or a night out without circling for parking. Save up to 50% off a secured space and skip the stress. Smarter parking starts here. Download the ParkWiz app today.
Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texitcoin. Score big at Texitcoin.org. The Texas Longhorns offense woke up against an overmatched and overwhelmed Sam Houston football team, winning 55-0 on Saturday behind stellar play from Arch Manning, who threw for over 300 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 2 more on the ground. Arch showed a lot of emotion in the victory, and head coach Steve Sarkisian is okay with that and wants to see his quarterback play a little bit more free.
I always feel like he's a little bit at his best when that emotion kind of comes out some. I think there was a lot built up in there, obviously from last week that he needed to get out, but inevitably, I think the guys feed off of that from him. I always remind him, sometimes I think he's got a little more of his grandpa in him than maybe his uncles at times, because that style of play for him is his style.
Get in early on the next big coin and extend your lead at Texitcoin.com. This is an investment that carries risk. Texitcoin.org.
Mark, somebody just drove off in my truck.
Or maybe you just can't tell which one's yours again.
Man, everybody's truck in Texas looks the same.
That's because you still got that basic license plate. No flavor, no style, no Hardge.
So what? I need a plate that says sexy hardball?
Please don't. The streets ain't ready for that, man. But yeah, you need myplace.com.
They got custom colors, design, and you could put almost anything on it.
Exactly. Mine says world's strongest driver. Nobody's touching that.
Boom. And I'll get the Zone MVP. Speaking of it, you use the promo code DAZONE and you'll save big time.
So quit losing your truck, quit being basic, and get a license plate that's actually you.
That's myplates.com, where your ride finally gets some personality.
Man, just don't get that sexy hardball plate you said you were going to get.
No promises, bro. Just make sure that you get over to myplates.com. That's myplates.com. Use the promo code DAZONE. And this is your opportunity to be different.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
iHeart presents Ice Cube Truth to Power Tour, taking the stage at Moody Center October 16th.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included. So you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back?
Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Hordes.
Another great show in the books. All you got to do is get over to the podcast page if you missed any parts of the show, and always download the free iHeartRadio app. Thank Joe Cook from Inside Texas for joining us. I want to thank the voice of the Houston Texans, Mark Vandermeer, as we are your home for the Texans. You can tune in to them this Sunday as they take on the Titans at noon. But they have the pregame show right before that. So keep all things AM 1300. So we were talking about H-Town. There was some news that came out yesterday that was not good news for the Houston Rockets. The Rockets been in the news all offseason because of the acquirement of, guess who? Kevin Durant, KD, coming to H-Town. Everyone's excited about it. But news came out yesterday that Fred VanVleet has now torn his ACL, and now the Rockets are looking for someone else to facilitate for what Fred VanVleet was going to do with Kevin Durant.
That's a horrible blow because, he is a great facilitator, brilliant guy, awesome mind, somebody that they had very high hopes of leading this team to a championship, and now he's gone. They need a veteran point guard out there on the free agent market. Chris Paul comes to mind. He's a great facilitator. You don't have to worry about him being a problem in the locker room. He's well respected. He's been the president of the Players Association before. He's a quality guy, but more than anything, competitive, tough, and an unbelievable Hall of Fame facilitator. But long in the tooth. Yep. And you're going to have to low manage him. And when it gets close to the end of the season, you're going to have to almost shut him down so he's ready for the playoffs. So, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But they got to find somebody because I don't think that Reed Shepherd is going to be the guy. He's a good shooter, 40%, but he's not the facilitator. Kevin Durant needs somebody to break a defense down and give him the ball where everybody's sagging, and he's able to do his thing with one-on-ones or with people trying to recover. You can't have Kevin Durant standing out there holding the ball like LeBron. Like, he's not that guy. He can be.
He doesn't want to.
But he don't even want to do that.
That's not how he plays. But I think Reed Shepherd's going to be a good fix for what they're going to try to do because he can score the bucket. He has been in that position to where he's had to learn how to play NBA style of basketball. And this is that next man up mentality. I believe that Udoka is one of the best coaches in the
Yes, he
NBA, and he will find a way to get it done. Yes, there may be a move that needs to be made, especially, as you said, you lose your option over there with Fred Van Vliet. But I believe that this Reed Shepherd's going to get his opportunity to lead this team because he can score the basketball.
And let's not forget Thompson. Thompson can't create off the dribble.
Yeah, Amir's Amon is a really, really good and an electric player, but I think Reed
He's
is
not
going to
a
get
point
us
guard, though. He's a 2-3.
Well, once they move the ball, I mean, the ball ain't going to be stagnant anyway. 'cause
No,
there's
that's
not.
true.
I mean, these guys move it, and Udoka's not going to let you not pass the ball. So that's just not how he
Sengun
rolls.
is a good passer, too, for a center.
Yeah. So there's going to be some options out there, but to your point, there are some moves that will probably be looked at and possibly be made. But right now, going into it, it was something that they wasn't expecting.
No.
So moving Chris Paul into that position, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, depending on where Chris Paul is. He said that this was going to be his last year and shutting it down. So
You
we'll
know who's
see.
another good option? Schroeder. Schroeder would be a good option. I don't know whose roster he's on. I think that he was he might have been in Canada. He might have been up there with the Raptors. I know he was with them at one point, but I'm not sure. But Schroeder would fit because he's a really good facilitator and he attacks the basket and breaks the defense down. So they just have to find which one of those guys is, get somebody young enough that they won't break down over playing 30 minutes a game.
Well, you start looking at it, and this team, the way that they're set up, you start to understand that they might be able to get by with it. But
Marcus, who else is guards on that team other than Shepherd? Shepherd's a shooter. Like, I mean, if you have to look it up, don't worry about it. But
Chris Paul is with the Clippers right now. So
okay, so that's a no-no.
Yeah. I mean, they already got their own issues. The Clippers do. So I don't know if they're just going to get rid of Chris Paul.
I would love to be a fly in the locker room to see Chris Paul and James Harden in the same locker room.
Yeah, don't forget about Kawhi.
Oh my God.
So yeah, don't forget about that. Well, we do have Ryder Cup getting ready to start, and Keegan Bradley is the captain of the Ryder Cup, and here's what he had to say about being able to start the Ryder Cup this weekend.
Well, I'm not concerned about what Europe does or what they think. I'm concerned about what my team's doing, and I was tasked with the job the PGA of America asked me to do, and this was what we decided, and we wanted to bring the Ryder Cup into today's age, and we felt like this is the best way to do it. We copied a lot about what the President's Cup does, and we did the best we could, and I think a lot of good is going to come from this. I think the players are going to do a lot of good with this money, and I think it's great.
I mean, obviously, you rightly recognise that the players are able to do a lot of good with it, but I think the optics of it are questionable given the finances already involved in golf. Do you have any regret about that aspect at all?
I don't really get that, but I think the goal here was the charity dollars hadn't been raised in 26 years, and that's what we started out doing. And we did a lot of what the President's Cup did, and these players are going to do the right thing and do a lot of really good with this money. I mean, you can say that, but I think that the players are really good people and are going to do a lot of good things.
So what he's talking about is, for the first time ever, U.S. Ryder Cup players will be paid to compete. So when they pick these names and all these great players were chosen to be a part of it, they're paying them. Europe is not paying them.
Hire guns.
Yeah. So
hey man, that's a nice hat you got.
When you got Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick Cantlay, and JJ Spawn and Xander Schauffele, you got guys that can go out there and get things done. You're paying them to be there. And yes, thank you, Mark, for the hat, for your all-Caribbean wrestling. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, nice hat.
You just saying it look good.
I mean, I've had it on for 3 hours.
I waited to the end.
You couldn't wait until the break.
Yeah, I could have done it in the break. I'll do it in the break.
I want to thank. I'm gonna take it off. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, we'll be better tomorrow. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman will join us this week. We'll have Coach Schlossnagle on, as well as they will be taking on Texas Tech this weekend. Oh yeah, we'll have baseball, and it will be at the Dale Diamond. I'll give you more information tomorrow, right here on the Morning Kickoff. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Looking for top quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central